Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I want to talk about victimhood for a minute. Victimhood is something that many of us have experienced throughout our lives. And it's something that's pretty unconscious. We don't even realize that we're playing in or being in a victim mentality. And the reason I want to talk about this today is because victimhood keeps us shackled, it keeps us small, it keeps us disconnected from higher self, it keeps us away from our creatorship, our ability to create, our ability to be empowered, to feel worthy, to know that we deserve everything that we want in our life, including joy and peace and abundance, right? Harmony. These are all things that we deserve, that we want, and yet victimhood will tell us that we can't have it. Unworthiness will tell us that we don't deserve it. So victimhood is when you have an experience in your life, whether it's an emotion, a thought, a belief, a behavior, any experience in your reality, and it's blamed on someone else, or it's blamed on an experience outside of you. Victimhood is taking an experience that you're having and blaming it on someone else. For instance, you're miserable in your job, and you say to someone, I hate my job because my boss is doing ... I hate my job because my coworkers are doing ... Now, this is true. You actually don't like your job because your boss is doing ... But that is a victim mentality. What that means is that you have no control over the experience that you're having. That's being a victim. And that's the opposite of who we are. You're actually a creator in every now moment. You're a creator. You create. You have that ability to create. And this illusion of being a victim in our lives is crumbling more and more so that we can remember from the higher self perspective that we are creating everything, that we always have created everything, and that we don't have to stay in anything that doesn't serve us any longer. Worthiness. Do I feel worthy of leaving my job? I can't because of ... Okay. But I'm taking responsibility for staying in the job. It's different, right? So I really want to leave my job, but I can't leave my job right now because of ... I'm miserable in my job, but that's okay. I'm taking self-responsibility for the fact that I'm still staying in my job. As opposed to, I hate my job, I'm stuck in my job, I can't leave my job, my boss is doing this and this and this and this to me, my coworkers are doing this and this and this and this to me, poor me, woe is me, right? You are not allowing yourself to step into creatorship, to empowerment. So stepping out of victimhood doesn't mean that all of a sudden you just leave your job, right? What it means is that you are taking radical self-responsibility for everything you're feeling. And that when you are experiencing your boss or your coworkers that you are not enjoying, you decide from the creator that you are, from the worthiness that you hold within you, how you want to be in that experience, in that exchange, how you want to feel, how you want to respond, how you want to see it, what lens you want to use. So you walk into your boss's office and they start yelling at you again. Victim would say, this has always happened to me. I can't stand my boss. Why am I always finding myself here? How do I get out of this? This sucks. I hate this. A creator would say, I know I don't like my job. I know I'm in my job because of ... I need money. I don't have another job right now. This is the easiest thing for me to do. Empowerment. I know that I'm about to go into the office where my boss works, and he's probably or she's probably going to yell at me. That's okay because I'm choosing to be here. I'm choosing to walk into this office, and I'm going to choose when I sit down how I'm going to respond to my boss. I'm going to choose. You become conscious. You wake up. You are now creating. So if for another example would be you're in a relationship and you're miserable, right? You're miserable in the relationship and you're miserable because your partner is ... My partner is unhappy. I'm unhappy. My partner is always complaining. It makes me unhappy in my relationship. My partner is struggling in their job and in their relationship and they're always bringing it home with me and it's upsetting me and it's bothering me and I'm thinking about leaving this relationship, right? But I can't leave the relationship because ... right? Or whatever that is in the relationship, right? You're throwing your unhappiness on the partner. Now, are you unhappy because your partner is creating these behaviors and having these behaviors? Absolutely. But is it their fault that you're unhappy? No. Is it their fault that you're still in the relationship? No. You're a creator. You're choosing to be in every experience that you're in. Having compassion for the fact that you're choosing that, meaning you may not feel strong enough to leave the relationship. But it's not your partner's fault for what you're feeling. It's your responsibility. So when your partner comes home from their job and they're miserable and they're unhappy and they're yelling or they're berating you, right? Or they're taking it out on you, in that moment, you are the creator. You are taking self-responsibility for how you're going to react and be in that situation. A victim would say, woe is me. Here he goes again. Here she goes again. I'm always having to be in this. I'm always having to listen to this. Now I'm going to be upset the rest of the day. No. I'm a worthy, loving, empowered human. And if my partner's coming home and throwing all of this on me, and I'm going to feel a certain way, I'm going to choose something different. I'm going to choose to walk out of the room. I'm going to choose to hold more compassion and empathy for them, perhaps. I'm going to choose to not make it about me. You are becoming the observer. You're becoming the creator. You're becoming conscious. And this is about worthiness. The second you start to tap into, do I feel worthy of receiving everything I deserve in my life, you will start taking radical self-responsibility for what you're experiencing. So if you're experiencing some sort of emotional abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, right? That's challenging and that is very difficult. And what we want to do with ourselves when we're experiencing that is hold more self-compassion. How much compassion can I hold for myself? Can I start to step into the creator and start to choose how I want to be in this and when I feel worthy enough to leave the situation? This is all about worthiness in every aspect of your life. Because as the higher self, which you are, there is an aspect of you that is higher self. Your higher self is loving you through everything. Your higher self is loving you through everything. And your higher self is constantly saying to you, how much longer do you want to deal with this until you feel worthy enough to step into what you deserve? That's what your higher self is saying. How long do you want to deal with this? Because it's your choice until you feel worthy enough to take self-responsibility, step into creatorship, and intend for what you deserve in this human life. Because you deserve joy and peace and love and abundance and anything and everything else. You deserve it. But the human brain, the human mind, all the trauma you had is going to tell you otherwise. No, I don't. I don't deserve it. It's never going to happen. It hasn't happened before. I always find myself in these situations. I'm never going to be happy, etc., etc. That's victimhood. That's victimhood. And that is a choice. We're here to step out of victimhood. You're here to step out of victimhood. You're here to step into worthiness. You're here to create. You're here to become conscious. You're here to choose. So throughout your day, start practicing or being aware of, am I playing in victimhood? And when you do, give yourself more compassion and love. Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself more compassion and love. Throughout your day, when you find yourself blaming other people for the experiences you're having, start to choose. How can I shift out of this? How can I respond differently? How can I not take it personally? Because it is never about us. It is always about the other individual and vice versa. Everything is always about us. Right here, right now. That is radical self-responsibility. And this is very challenging for a lot of us. And when you're walking around your day and you're finding yourself in a victim mentality, stop and ask yourself, do I feel worthy of something new? Do I feel worthy of something else? Do I feel worthy of a job that makes me happy? Do I feel worthy of a relationship where I am received unconditionally? Do I feel worthy of not being unhappy? Do I feel worthy of receiving abundance financially? Start to get to the core of victimhood, which is worthiness. And from that place, as you wrap your arms around yourself and you give yourself more compassion over and over and over again, you start to step into empowerment and creatorship. You start to stand up, your spine straight, remembering who you are and that you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. And we are here to learn how to be creators. We are here to learn and remember that we are creators. And the first step is recognizing when we don't feel that way, which is victimhood. So practice throughout your day. How can I take radical self-responsibility for everything? And it is not easy, but it is how we step into creating the canvas of our life just the way we want it, because you deserve to create your life just the way you want it. It's time now. I love you. Thank you for being here. You don't deserve anything other than the best in every aspect of your life. That's what you came here to do. That's what you came here to master. We all did. Master being the creator in a world that has told us that we're victims. I love you.